like J.Brock, cause I can score with a second on the clock.
So this is a perfect example of something happening for you and not to you. Because had that not happened, who knows if you go on to meet Sir Jinx, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Corrupt, Exhibit, who you consider your hero. Who knows if that happened?
You know, it's like one of them things where it's like at the end of the day, I feel like it's still like the destiny of what it's supposed to be is still kind of what it is. Like we would still run in the circles. Like we would, like back in the days, we were signed to this record label called Individual Records, and they had a deal with Universal, and we used to go to like the Magic Convention in Vegas. I don't even know if they still have it, but it used to be the Magic Convention. We would go there deep, picket signs. Like I learned so much being with this label. They taught me so much information and so much game about the industry. That in turn, with everyone going to jail, it just kind of like sparked something in me to where I was like, okay, I can do what they do. Maybe not on the same level that they were doing it, but I could still maximize my potential of doing the same thing in a different way. So we would go to these conventions. We were running like rappers. We were running to Razzcast, and we were running to Exhibit and all these people, and they would have rap battles on the spot and like all of these things. So with everybody going to jail and going away, I still had to kind of like find my own way. So now it's just like, okay, now what do I do? So now we're like doing venues, and Noni Spitz would go to clubs, and he'd be doing freestyle battles, and that's how he met Jinx, was at a club battling this other rapper, and ate his ass up. And the next thing I knew, Noni was like, yo, you got to come with me to Sir Jinx's house. He wants to meet us, and this and that. And so I went over there, and Jinx was just like, okay, well, play me some music. Let me hear what y'all doing. And I played him some of my beats, and he was just kind of like, okay, like, all right, that's cool. Yeah, come back tomorrow and let's try to make some beats from scratch. And that's how it started. It started from that. So, yeah, you're right. And without them going to jail, it might not have happened that way. It might have happened a different way.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Me meeting Jinx and having him like mentor me and usher me into the game and bringing me around all these celebrities and different studio sessions taught me a lot about the other side of the game, as far as like being creative on the spot with super talented artists, like, and you know, it just made me step my game up.
On the spot is the thing. On the spot, like you know, people do freestyle battles on the spot. Like you got to be ready to go.
Got to be ready.
And you know what? That's what separates the professional from the person that's just getting in.
Facts.
As a professional, you got to know how to handle being on the spot.
As a professional, when someone walk in the room and they say, "All right, rap right now," you got to rap. You can't be like, "Oh, well, let me." They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I ain't." Because people want to know that you got that spark, like you got to go, like it's instantaneous. Like if they the stage is wrong and you got to go now, and they throw you the mic, you got to go out there and go to your show
and deliver.
Yeah,
every time. You
can't just like, oh well, I ain't ready yet, and I ain't got all these excuses. No one got time for these excuses.
But you know what? That's why the process is so important.
Yeah,
because the process prepares you
for
to
all
be
of that
professional.
Yep.
If you got to come up in there and make a beat on the spot, the process prepares you for that. You've been through enough pressure.
Yeah.
That comes from pressure. Like they say, pressure must bust pipes.
Yeah.
But it also make diamonds. Which one you going to be? It's all on you. Now, speak on getting up. Hold on. 1999 to 2003, Lost Souls. You don't drop this tape until 2016.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's one of them things where, like, I feel like my life goes in phases, right? Like my career, let me say. And having my crew Lost Souls was like a very teachable moment too. That was a part of the process. Me being in a rap crew with 6, 7, 8 other rappers, and being the only sole producer taught me how to please multiple ears at one time.
Process.
It taught me how to be productive and manage 8 different attitudes and egos at the same time. It taught me how to run a session with 8 different people navigating who does what. You do this, you do that. No, you do a 12, you do a 16, you do the hook. You figure out the hook, and they're gonna follow you. Like all of that taught me the process of making music. So now when I'm in the studio with people and they're like, damn, Dae, how the hell are you running this session like that? But for me, it's all I know, because that's how I came up. I came up in a situation like that. Like picture like me being a RZA running a Wu-Tang. It was very similar to that. Like I had to manage each of these artists, and that's just for the group project. Now and also at the same time, everybody wants to be their own solo artist too. So now I gotta please them and like, okay, I'm gonna work on your album now, and we're gonna do this. And it was just one of them things that instilled in me, and it's very teachable, and it's the process of being productive and at the same time managing all of these different egos and attitudes at once.
Prepared.
Yeah.
That was a blessing. God definitely prepared you
Mm-hmm.
Because you would need that. Now, we got to talk about TDE. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of my favorite songs, Say What's Up.
It's one of your favorite songs.
That's one of my let me tell you why.
Okay.
I was in college and I missed California, and that was one of the songs that got me through it.
Wow.
Because just missing it was one of them songs that it felt so LA.
It felt like home.
It felt so LA. I was like, I just got to listen to this song. It makes me miss where I'm from, but it also makes me feel like I'm still at home.
That's crazy.
And I'm not going to cap to you. If you have not watched that video, it's an 8-minute video. And they say that the cameraman didn't show up. It's J.Brock, Schoolboys, Kendrick. They go to a Chinese restaurant. Kendrick say, I don't even want that place no more. We out of here. I was like, look at Kendrick, man. But so originally, this started as an R&B song, and you didn't have a car at the time. You had to take the train.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you say K-Dot was picking you up in the red Charger,
Yep.
Top Dog's red Charger, and then we're going to jump into SZA. But speak on looking at where Kendrick Lamar, J.Rock, and Schoolboy is today.
Yeah.
When you think back to those days.
I love it. It's like you say, it's a part of the process. You know, everybody's trying to find their way, finding themselves, and you know, still trying to be collectively creative. So, you know, I wasn't a part of the TDE camp. I was doing New West era shit. So I'm over here with Bishop and Glasses Malone and Crooked Eye and all. I'm over there with these cats. But TDE is dope. I'm like, these little niggas is dope. Like they fire. So I fucked with them. I fucked with J.Rock. I fucked with Top Dog. You know what I mean? And Top Dog was from the neighborhood, so he knew a lot of the same street cats that I knew and everything. So it was nothing for us to like link up and do something. But in doing that, it was just like, how do I make something that's dope for them? Like they was like, DaeOne, we need some beats, bro. Like make us a beat CD. I'm like, damn, I don't know what to make them. So I'm gonna make this like 30 track beat CD, and I'm gonna just take it over there. So that's what I did. I made it, went over there to the house, and took the train over there. They picked me up in the Charger, like you said, or is it the Magnum, whatever it was, and we got to the studio, and they just was going through beats. I let them. I wanted to hear what they were liking. Like they're like, oh, okay, yeah, put that to the side. Ali's at the board. They're like, oh yeah, put that to the side. Oh yeah, put that one to the side. So I was like, all right, cool. I wasn't trying to leave with the CD. Y'all can have it. I just made it for y'all. Like y'all can keep it.
Do your thing with it.
Yeah, do your thing. Let me know. And then next time I seen them, they was like, yo, we got some songs to your shit. Like I'm like, for real? They're like, yeah, Nick Schoolboy got a song to your shit. I got this song. Everybody had like songs to different beats off the album. Like
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Everybody picked something different. And that was because I was trying to put a lot of diverse type of beats on there. Like I don't know who gonna like what, because I didn't really know. And it's just crazy looking back at those days and then looking at where everybody's at now, like knowing that I'm a part of that story, you know what I'm saying, in some kind of way makes me feel like accomplished. Like, okay, well, shit, I wasn't wrong.
That's incredible because TDE is a group where everybody hit.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
It doesn't happen like that
Right.
often.
Yeah, it's
why
very
do you
seldom.
think that TDE, what do you think about TDE that makes them so special to where everybody is able to be as successful as they are?
Not discrediting the talent, but Top Dog is a very smart guy.
Okay.
And I contribute a lot of success to Top Dog himself because he knew how to move around in certain rooms and he knew not to sell himself short. He knew that he had something great and he believed in it. And he wouldn't let the labels like buy certain artists or take people away from him or you know, like let us just get Kendrick. And nah, like if you doing that, you doing it with TDE and we'll put out Kendrick together. Like he made sure he did certain things to solidify himself a position to where he wasn't gonna be cut out because, you know, in this industry it's a lot of sharks. So you gotta make sure that you know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you on your game too because you don't want nobody to try to play you. Yeah. And you know, he was also very good at keeping everybody close-knit and keeping them together as a unit and keeping them tight and not letting outside influences fuck up what they created. And that's very important.
Wow. Yeah. Speaking of that, man, you gotta be smart. You gotta stand for something or you fall off anything like they say. Now we gotta talk about SZA, man. This Child's Play record is now certified gold, y'all. And the thing is, DaeOne says the beat wasn't even done.
Nah,
he sent her the beat and was
bro, I swear I didn't feel that beat was finished. I was like, I knew she might like it. Let me give you the craziest. The craziest part about that whole story is this: I was doing an event in North Hollywood, and it was this female artist. She was a guitar player, and she was playing the original sample. She was playing that song at first, and I was like, "What is that?" And she like sent it to me on YouTube. I'm gonna send you the YouTube link. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna sample that. And so a few weeks later, whatever, Punch hits me up, and Punch is like, Dae, we got this new talent. We thinking about signing her. She's from New York. I want to get you in the studio with her and see what y'all come up with. And so I'm like, all right, well, send me some of her songs. He had sent me a couple of records she had cut on her own or whatever. And instantly after hearing what she was on, because I be on a lot of abstract R&B, alternative R&B type vibes too. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, I think I know what she wants. And so I cooked up a couple beats. Child's Play was one of those records. We got in the studio. I played her a few beats. And when she got to that Child's Play record, she was like, what's that? Like, that's it. Like, whatever that is, that's it. Now, I didn't feel like it was completely finished because I was like, I could do more to it. Like, let me add some more to it and this and that. She's like, nah, well, I'm going to write to it. Like let's just cut it. So we cut it. We cut like 2 or 3 songs that night. She went in the studio, laid them. I think after she laid them, she was like, oh, I want to go back in there and add some different background vocals. I said, okay, cool. And then she added a bridge to it. Then next time I heard it, Dad took the bridge off. We took the bridge off, and then they wanted to put a rapper on it. And so that's how Chance ended up on the record.
Chance the rapper, yes, sir.
And after that, I was just like, yo, this record is crazy. Like, it's a crazy record. But to me, for it going gold, to me, that record, that's one of my favorite plaques because it's like we did that on our own with no help. No support.
Radio.
That record don't even have a video.
That's crazy.
That record doesn't even have a video.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to radio and have that played. So that means that the people really fuck with that record. Like her fans, like people really, it resonated with them and they really fuck with that record a lot. And to me, that means more than like anything. To me, it going gold feels like it went platinum because we did that shit just by ourselves.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You have that ability.
Yeah.
You got it. It's in you.
Yeah.
To go gold, bro. To go gold, man. How was that for you? Because I know we got this thing where we ain't never satisfied.
Yeah.
But how is that for you knowing that you have a gold album? Do you brag different because of that?
Nah, really. You know what? Yeah, in a sense you do. In a sense you really do because you're just kind of like, it's official. Like it's not like this ain't no hobby. Like I'm recognized and certified by the RIAA, like, you know what I mean? Like that means a lot. Like that means you're really, like, you're legit. You've done it. You whatever you've done, you're in the history books. Like I'm in the history books now, like forever. And no matter what happens at this point in my life or how much more successful I get, or if I just stop doing music as a whole, my daughter can always say, my daddy did that.
That's right.
And to me, that means more than anything. Yeah.
That's that moment where you like, you know what, if I don't get nothing else, I got that.
Yeah. It's almost like hitting the lottery and being like, well, I got lucky once.
Everybody ain't blessed to go gold, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Shout out to that. Now, Snoop Dogg, your first major placement, More Malice, So Gangsta in 2010. Now, Snoop Dogg, he started the Snoop Youth Football League. That's the league I came up in. I actually played for Snoop Dogg All-Star team, went out to Miami, and that was a great experience.
Wow.
My first time on a plane. The last time I saw Snoop, I was in high school, and I was just looking at him like, do you remember me? He was like, JoJo, what's up, man?
Wow.
That was like my nickname. And I think about that.
That's full circle.
Yeah, facts.
For both of us.
Facts, bro, for real.
That just shows you how impressionable he is.
Yeah, facts, on the real. And then the thing is, it's like this, man. I want to interview Snoop Dogg one day, but I look at it like your method. You said I started working around people around him.
Yeah.
And it eventually leads you to him.
Yeah.
So I feel like you got to understand that sometimes the hunt is just different.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you set a goal, you might not just be able to go get it
directly.
Sometimes it's just a different way you got to go get it. And you got to be patient.
Sometimes it's a different route.
Yeah.
You got to take a different route. Yeah.
Now, that's a fact. Now, speak on the relationship with Snoop. I know the day that you met him, shout out to Mac Lucci. Y'all was at the club, and you said, out of all these people, Snoop Dogg, I'm meeting Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And Snoop Dogg tell you he should have been got a beat.
Yeah. He was like, I should have been got why I ain't getting no beat?
Yeah.
Who the hell is this little nigga? Who's giving these niggas these hard ass beats? Who is this nigga? And why I ain't got no beat?
Yeah.
He's Snoop. He like, nigga, I'm the dog.
Yeah, come on now.
And I get it. And I thought that's exactly what he was gonna think. So in turn, I was kind of like, okay, I was right then.
Yeah.
Like it was actually Man, that was really full circle too. To be the first hip hop album that I buy, and then you're the first person that gives me a major placement. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if he knew or realized it at that time, but that was just the reality of it. So for me, it was full circle for him to be like, "Yo, your shit is hard," and I'm like, "Damn, I grew up on your shit. Your shit is dope." Yeah. Like, so it felt like I was accomplished at that moment too. Like, damn, okay.
That was a big moment.
Yeah, it's a big moment. Like, damn, okay. I am who I think I am. You know, sometimes you thrive to be this person, and you don't know when you make it to get to that place where you're like, damn, I'm here. Like, you know, you fight so hard to get there that sometimes when you finally get there, you're like, oh shit, I'm here now. Like,
that must be like a twisted reality about this.
Definitely.
Because you work so hard every day and night to get there, and you still never feel like you got there.
Yeah, until something happens, and then you're just like, oh shit, wait, am I that guy?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, damn, I am that guy. You know, people may tell you, people have been telling me for years, DaeOne, you just don't know, man. People know your name over here. They know your name in New Jersey. They know you in Utah. They know you in all, but I don't know because I don't see it. So I'm kind of like, man, people just be saying some shit. And then something happens and you're like, oh, shit.
It just feels like I still ain't did it.
Yeah.
It just always feel like that. Yeah. It's crazy.
You do.
And that's just all a part of the game. But you know what? I want to do a better job of making sure I accept it. If you give me a compliment, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Even on the back of my mind, I still might fight it a little bit. But it's like God sends that confirmation to you through different people.
Yeah, in different ways.
And like Walter Payton said, when you're good, you tell everybody. But when you're great, everybody tells you.
Exactly.
You got to understand that that's real. People are always going to give you that confirmation. You just got to listen up. Now, speaking of a great football player, we got to talk about the great Jim Brown, who gives you some game about the industry. Man. What does Jim Brown know about the industry?
Man, Jim Brown tells us, we go over there to go meet with Jim Brown.
Yeah.
And Jim Brown tells us, like, yo, if you want to be, I know y'all want to be successful in this and that, but y'all got to do something for the community. Y'all got to give back. Y'all got to do toy drives. Y'all got to do turkey giveaways. He tells us to get into the community and establish ourselves by doing stuff for those that have less than us or without or whatever. But we have to give ourselves to the community. It's good to be in the industry and trying to be famous and doing all this stuff to make moves, but y'all got to give back to the community. That's what he told us, and we were like, damn. Like, no one had ever told us nothing like that before. And he had a youth camp, and we went to the youth camp to go speak to the kids and stuff. And he pulled us aside after we talked to the youth, and we was asking him, like, Jim, like, how do we, like, and that's what he told us. He was like, y'all got to be self-sufficient. Y'all got to get in this industry, and y'all got to do something for y'all community. Like, give back to the community. Like, it could be basketball games. It could be celebrity basketball game tournaments. It could be turkey giveaways. He started naming all these things that we could do, and we were kind of like, okay, well, yeah, we need to start doing that. And so from then on, that's what we started doing. Started doing back to school toy drives and just all of those kind of things for the kids, Christmas toy drives, everything. Like, we took that advice and ran with it.
That's crazy because they say, I notice in the Bible, being a servant first is the most important thing you could do.
Damn.
Because when you are able to serve, you are able to become an asset and people find purpose in you.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and I feel like a lot of the time, a lot of us, we're so much, what can I get from it?
Right.
Instead of what can I do for it?
Yeah, what can I do for them?
You know what I'm saying?
What can I give them? Like, yeah, that's important.
And when you think about it, how many times have you came across that? Where it's like you got one person trying to get something from you, but you got this other person that's trying to do something for you. Who are you more likely to stick with? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
In that situation, it's what you trying to do for me? Not like that.
It depends. It depends on the motivation, and it depends on the ramifications of what they trying to do. Like what the outcome is. Like, yeah.
And speaking of that, God-fearing man right here. 2018, October 4th, you were baptized. You said it tugged at your heart, and it was one of the best decisions that you've made in your life.
Yeah.
So what took you to getting baptized in 2018?
I just felt it was time. I felt like I was at peace in my heart, and I knew that it was something that was just tugging on me. And it's one of the things where you go get it done, you go get baptized, and you give to your faith, and you then it's almost like instantaneously you test it. It's like right after. And so I knew that going into it, that taking this step is a big step, but once you do it, like the fight is going to come to you.
Yeah.
And I embraced that, and I was just like, I'm dedicated to my faith, so I don't even care. I'm gonna take on the fight, and that's just what happened. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, it was one of the best decisions I felt like I'd ever made in my life.
And some of the coldest water you gonna step into too.
Oh, viciously.
That water is bone chilling on everything it is. Now we got to give a shout out to the OG, man, Steve Lobel, man. I want you to talk about your relationship with Steve Lobel and what type of game has Steve Lobel been able to give to you?
Man, Steve is always one of them stand-up cats. Like, he's always solid in his stance and what he feels and what he represents. Me and Steve go back like some years now. You know, I used to run into Steve at different events and all the time be like, who is this white guy that's always at everything? Like, not only is he always at everything, but everybody knows him and respects him, and you can tell by how people interact with him and walk up to him like, Steve, hey man, when you see people that are quiet, Steve is not like a real talker kind of guy. I love Steve Lobel. He's not gonna walk in the room.
Dude.
Yeah, he's not gonna walk in the room and try to take over the room. He's gonna walk in and for someone to humble themselves and come up to him and say, what's up? And I started noticing like, who is this dude? And so in turn meeting him and then also knowing Nipsey, and then when they started working together, we would run into each other at different events and different conferences. And I remember one time that sticks out to me vividly. The homie Sean Money XL had a producer conference in Arizona, and Steve Lobel and Nipsey came. They came like a day late or something, and they came up to me, and Nipsey came like, DaeOne, man, we gotta like get one in and let's really get to work. I think he had just got his deal or something, and Steve Lobel was right there with him, like, what's up, Dae? Like, man, like, we gotta make this happen. You and Nip, y'all gotta get in the studio. So
that's right.
Steve Lobel's always gave me a lot of game, a lot of wisdom. I can always call him whenever I need something. You know what I mean? It's just good having a great network of people that you love and respect in this industry that you can always just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I need a favor, I need this, or hey, Steve Lobel, I want to throw a producer showcase. I want to honor Scott Storch, and he'd be like, I'll make it happen. Don't trip. Like, you know, it's just good to have those people in your network that you fuck with.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. Relationships are everything in this business, if you did not know.
Facts.
Now, speaking of Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. I know the day that he passed, you were at the beach. You know, he was getting blown up, you know, ended up pulling up and figuring out the situation. Now, Nipsey was somebody that y'all would have arguments about this music business and everything like that. Speak on the relationship with Nipsey, man, and you know, when you think about now how you just can't pick up the phone and give him a call, man. Speak on that, bro.
Bruh, it sucks. It's like one of them things where, like, I got a picture of Nipsey in my house in my living room. I got a picture of Nipsey at my studio. Like, if you look at my screensaver on my phone, I'm sitting on a couch and there's a picture of Nipsey behind me. Like, it's like I always see him.
Yeah.
And that I attribute that to being the kind of person that he was. Like, I don't really feel so much that I miss him all the time because I see him all the time. But I know that he's not here and I can't talk to him. But our relationship was definitely very good. He was always a person that wanted to have you on the same page he's on. Like, if he's into this book, he wants you to be into this book so y'all can be on the same page about things that's going on. And it would be sometimes where you go to the studio with Nip and you like, all right, man, I'm about to get up out of here, and he'd make you take a book. Like,
everybody say that about him too.
Really?
Yeah, everybody.
He really would do that. I'll come over sometimes and he'll be watching Black Panther videos on YouTube, just sitting there rolling weed, watching YouTube documentaries on Malcolm X, and like he would just do that. We in the studio. He's supposed to be recording. He's just sitting there like
getting educated,
watching Malcolm X talk shit and preach his gospel, and he'll probably roll a blunt or something and all right, cut the music on and let's get to work. Like he was that dude. He was chill, very respectful, hella respectful, and he was a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Like he work in the studio till he gets sleepy. Like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I ran into Nipsey, he was my favorite rapper, right? And my coach Bear Claw. We saw him at the gas station. He was like, "Hey, Brock, they're your favorite rapper." I said, "Man, he ain't my favorite rapper. What you talking about?" And Nip came out. He was like, "Nip, what up?" And this was like, Nip was Nip, but he was still like street Nip. And it was all street I got from him. Like, man, this nigga really from the hood. He was like, "What's up, bro?" You know what I'm saying? Like, shook my hand, talked to Bear Claw a little bit. And that's a moment I think back to myself and I'd be like, man, I wish I would have took a picture with him.
That's funny.
I was like 10th grade.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had my stepkids with me in the car when I was in my last relationship, and we was living in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down the street in North Hollywood, and the kids knew that I knew Nip, but they never seen him before, never met him and shit.
Yeah.
And we driving down the street, and Nipsey's walking out of Eats Cafe right there on what is that, Magnolia.
Yeah.
And he's walking out like right in front of my car. So I like blow the horn, like, bing. He look. He like, oh shit, what's up, Daddy? Like, just like you say, he like, what's up, bro? Yeah. And then he's like, oh, you on daddy duty today? You got the kids in the car. And it was like, oh shit, it is Nipsey. They're like, oh, it's Nipsey. And they ain't never forgot that shit to this day. They're like, man, I remember that one time Nipsey came up to the car and said what's up to it. He was just that influential, and he was that cool of a dude. Like,
man, bro.
Yeah.
Till this day, for real, I'm like, man, I should have took a picture with Nip that day. I really should have embraced the fact that he really was my favorite rapper. Wow. That's crazy. So 2016, y'all dropped the movie Out on Bail, and y'all, this movie is funny. He is a bounty hunter. Yeah. And they are out to hunt somebody. Y'all got an older guy with y'all. He owe y'all some money or something like that, and he's a funny character.
Yeah, Meat is AJ Johnson's brother. His name is Peanut. His real name is Peanut. Okay. He's a comedian too. Yeah, bro. And this bail bonds company came to us and they wanted us to do a rap commercial. That's how it started. They wanted us to do a rap commercial. It was like, yo, make a song and we'll do it. We'll pay for the rap video to it. And we were like, that's cool, but what if we just like make a movie? Mm-hmm. And they were like, what the fuck? Like, what if we take the same budget y'all was gonna give us to shoot this video with and let us shoot a movie with it, promoting our company throughout the whole movie? They were like, all right, can y'all do that? We shot the movie in 2 days, fully.
That movie?
Really, we shot the movie in 1 day, and the second day was pickup shots of like buildings and different monuments and different streets just to get B-roll footage.
Yeah, y'all must be good actors.
We shot
but just for real, to shoot a movie in 2 days?
We shot it in 2 days, bro. No lie. Anybody that's in the movie will tell you. Ask anybody. We shot the movie. We really shot the movie in 1 day with all the actors. The second day, like I said, was just pickup shots of buildings and streets of LA so we can have B-roll footage.
Oh, that was perfect timing. Because if you try to do that now, they got something to do. I
think I can still do it now.
Man, people got to go to work. They got events to go to. It mean all kind of stuff. I'm saying 2 days? Bro, y'all broke a record, man. Yeah. So what was it like when you were actually able to see yourself acting, and how did you feel about everything?
It was cool to me. Like I've always been into like acting and drama. Like even in high school, that was my thing. I used to take video production class. In high school, I had a video production class where I would do like my own version of Rap City. So being in front of the camera, it was not a rare thing for me. A lot of people that are in the movie are artists, so they're comfortable being in front of a camera. That's really the hard part, is getting someone comfortable in front of the camera. But most artists are already comfortable. Yeah. So the only difference is with shooting a movie is you don't look in the camera. You don't look in the camera. Yeah. Shooting a movie, you just act the movie out and you let it capture the moment. Yeah. So it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty cool.
Okay,
I loved it.
Maybe I forgot something in his introduction. He's an acting coach too, apparently. So
he can teach you how to. I am not an acting coach.
I mean, sure, you just gave some sound advice for somebody who ain't never acted before. It's true, though. So I mean, that's a beautiful thing, man. Make sure y'all go and run that movie up. It was on Facebook. It's on YouTube.
It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's Out on Bail. Put DaeOne Out on Bail. It's gonna pop right up.
DaeOne Out on Bail, man. So I gotta ask you, man, 2023. What's the goal for 2023, man? What you got coming for us?
Oh man, I got so much music coming. 2023 is I'm at the point now where I'm letting everything go that's in this laptop. I'm like, you know what?
That's right.
Let's put this music out. I have a real album that I'm excited about that's dropping in March for National Women's Month. It's an all-female music compilation album that I got with all females doing everything, rapping, singing. Yeah. Everything, the artwork is done by women. Like everything is for the limelight of putting the spotlight on these women that are super talented. Some are slept on, some are unknown, and it's just about me giving my platform to them to showcase their talent and let people know that they exist. Because it's a lot of dope females out here that don't get talked about, that don't get mentioned. That even when we think of like a top hip hop list, we don't mention a lot of women in those conversations. And I feel like they just as tight, if not better, than some of the guys.
Ooh, he said that kind of.
Oh, they come, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. On this album, they coming for them. Like they coming.
And this is Diamonds of DaeOne or something.
No, it's called the Diamond Collective.
The Diamond Collective of DaeOne, man. Yep. Shout out to that, because our women definitely need the attention. Yeah. Now DaeOne. If you could lead the people with, matter of fact, DaeOne, what do you clap it up for when you think about everything that you've been through and where you stand today?
I stand on being solid and not letting myself compromise who I am for the sake of somebody else.
That's right.
I like to always try to stick to my script and do what I do that's best for me, that works for me, and not compromise my morals or my beliefs for anybody else.
That's right. Stand for something and you'll fall for anything,
Man,
everybody.
yes,
Straight
sir.
like that. It's your boy J.Brock. It's Clap It Up LA. And DaeOne, you know what I'm saying? We out. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog.